The Camden Bank Stabilisation project is a pilot for Sydney Water as part of the EPA's nutrient offset scheme. So we located this site that was recommended by Camden Council and identified it as actively eroding. We undertook erosion modelling to estimate the rate at which the sediment was leaving this site, and then we began the design process to find a solution for stabilising the riverbank. Once we finalised the design, we progressed to the construction phase, which included cutting the bank back to a stable gradient, creating a series of benches, installing woody debris into the river and along the bank, and rock armouring to control flow along the site.
We're installing 27,000 native plants to help rehabilitate the site and provide a sustainable solution for long-term bank stabilisation. Varying water depth was one of the challenges that we faced during construction of this project. With the engineered logjam structures, they suit locations with a water depth of up to 2 metres, and the river here is about 4 metres deep in some sections along the bank. We've had to take a different approach to constructing those structures at the bank toe, and that has involved log revetment and placing the material in a cage-like structure to improve hydraulic diversity, create fish habitat and improve overall river health.
So the M12 has been able to provide 500 logs and 50 root balls as part of this rehabilitation project. And we've also been able to supply 700 tonnes of sandstone slabs and boulders that will be used in the rehabilitation of the creeks. It helps us minimise our construction waste that we produce as part of a project, and it diverts it away from landfill sites around the state.
The project is located in a significant area for traditional owners. It's at the confluence of 3 Indigenous groups: the Gundungurra to the southwest, the Darug to the northwest and the north, and the Darawal to the east. They would have used this area for meetings, and it would have been a very reliable freshwater source and food source on the banks of the Nepean River.
The conditions of the Ferguson's Land Bank were heavily compromised after the floods of 2016. The bank was heavily exposed, there was no natural revegetation, there was a lot of slumping and sediment loss.
The riverbank had retreated over 30 metres and was progressively getting worse with each flood. So we'll achieve a stable site that will have great environmental outcomes, but will hopefully also provide inspiration for what's possible in the Hawkesbury-Nepean catchment with riverbank restoration, and provide a site that the community can engage with and be proud of.
By bringing on SCS, Sydney Water has got the confidence that the project will be technically successful, as well as having the confidence to present it to our regulator because of their expertise and knowledge in this field. They bring a new skill set and capability to enable us to manage our traditional business in a way that is cost effective. Sydney Water is very likely to use SCS for future projects. In fact, we've commenced another bank stabilisation project at Picton, and we are in the process of engaging SCS for that project.
Soil Conservation Service have been excellent communicators in keeping us informed on what's happening out on site. Even the preliminary investigative work they did, we get to see all of the data and help us understand what the site is like before the work's commenced. This site is an example of best practice environmental restoration and establishes a precedence for what other communities and organisations can do across the Hawkesbury-Nepean catchment.